Am I audible to you all now? Raise your hand and give your approval to me. Am I audible, children? Yeah, thank you very much. Okay. So now let us start today's lesson. You can go for record. Okay. So children, in our previous period, we have started the new lesson, no? That is the portrait of a lady. Who is the author of our lesson? Who is the author of our lesson? Raise your hands. Yes, Medini. Who is that? Yes, Khushwant Singh. Who is that, children? It is Khushwant Singh, no? Sushrita? Sushrita, who is the author?
Khushwant Singh, Mother.
Khushwant Singh. Yes, your answer is correct. Vaishnavi R. Hegde, can you in brief, can you tell me about what we have discussed so far?
Mataji, we have discussed how was poet's grandmother and how she was, and how the poet and his grandmother were friends.
Yes.
Then he explained about the physical nature of his grandmother.
Exactly. Very nice. Okay. Then Bhumika.
Yes, Mataji.
Yes. Can you tell me in few words what we have discussed in our previous period?
About the author's grandmother.
Yeah. Then yes. Who will tell me? Yeah. Bhumika, continue.
And how she had looked.
How she looked. Okay. Nice. Then.
And the author's and his grandmother's daily routine.
Yeah. Very nice. Then.
And what they did at the school.
Exactly. Very nice. Okay. Thank you very much, Mary. Is there anyone else who is ready to brief what we have discussed in our previous period? Bhumika and Vaishnavi Hegde have told. Is there anyone else who will brief? Okay, children. See, the portrait of a lady written by Khushwant Singh. No? It is the extract from Khushwant Singh's autobiography. So here the relationship between the grandmother and the author is explained in this lesson, and also the very personality. Here personality, by the word personality, I don't mean the physical body. Okay, here I don't mean the physical body. It is her characteristic. Okay, how was she? What type of natured person she was? The grandmother was. About that there is discussion. So we have understood that this author's grandmother, she has grown very old, and for last 20 years she was in the same condition. She was short and she was a bit fat, and also she had a stoop on her back. So she couldn't balance her body. That's why always she used to have one hand on her waist, and always she used to engage herself in prayers. No, so inaudible voice. You could see, the author could see her lips moving, but she was inaudible. ಸಣ್ಣಕ್ಕೆ ಪ್ರೇಯರ್ ಅನ್ನ ಹೇಳುವಂತವ್ರು, and she kept her very clean. So the clothing she used to wear, no, they were of what? Spotless white. They were spotless white. Her hair, it was turned into white. You have seen her silver locks. How the author has used metaphor there, the figure of speech metaphor there, you have seen. And she was like a landscape in between the mountains. Means she was content, she was satisfied. ತನ್ನಲ್ಲೇ ತಾನು ಸಮಾಧಾನವನ್ನ ಹುಡುಕೊಂಡು ಯಾರಿಗೂ ತೊಂದರೆ ಕೊಡದೆ ಬದುಕುದಂತಹ ಜೀವರಾಗಿತ್ತು. So very respectable woman she was. So that type of woman she was, and the author spent his childhood with his grandmother. his parents, they went to city. They had gone to city. Maybe. I don't know why they had gone to city. They had gone to city, and until they called these people to the city, the author and grandmother lived together in the village. Whole day they used to be together. Grandmother used to prepare thick, stale chapatis for the grandson, and also she used to feed the dog. Food is the noun form, feed is the your verb form. Okay, food is a noun form, FEED, feed is your verb form. ನೆನ್ಪಿಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಬೇಕು ನೀವು. ಓಕೆ, ಹೋದ್ಸಲ ನಾವು ನೋಡಿದ್ವಲ್ಲ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರೀವಿಯಸ್ ಪೀರಿಯಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬಾತ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಬೇದ್ ಡಿಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ಏನು ಅಂತ. ಬಾತ್ ಈಸ್ ನೌನ್, ಬೇದ್ ಈಸ್ ವರ್ಬ್. ಇನ್ ದ ಸೇಮ್ ವೇ ಫುಡ್ ಈಸ್ ನೌನ್, feed is what children? Verbal form of the food. Okay, then how the author's grandmother used to wake him up early in the morning, how she used to prepare him for the school. Okay, then why the author liked the monotonous sing song of the prayer, because he loved her voice very much. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಅವ್ರು ಕೇಳ್ತಿದ್ರು ಆಥರ್ ಸಣ್ಣಿರ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ, ಆದ್ರೆ ಯಾವತ್ತೂ ಅದನ್ನ ಬಾಯ್ ಹಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳುವಂತಹ ತಲೆಬಿಸಿಯನ್ನ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಹೌದಾ? ಸೊ ಈ ತರ ರೀತಿ ರಿಲೇಶನ್ಶಿಪ್ ಇತ್ತು. ದೇ ವೇರ್ ವೆರಿ ಕ್ಲೋಸ್. ಸ್ಕೂಲ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗಿತ್ತು? ಇಟ್ ವಾಸ್ ಟೆಂಪಲ್. ಹೂ ವಾಸ್ ದ ಟೀಚರ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಆಥರ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಚೈಲ್ಡ್ಹುಡ್? Who will tell me the answer? Who was the teacher of the author? Yes. Diksha. Who was the
Priest.
priest was the teacher? No. Yes, Aryan, can you tell me what did the author learn in his school? What did the author learn in his school?
Alphabets and the morning prayer.
Exactly, right. So alphabets and morning prayer. Then Dhanya, can you tell me why the grandmother accompanied author to the school? Why did the grandmother accompany author to the school?
Because in the temple there are scriptures. She used to read the scriptures.
She used to read the scriptures, and temple and school, they were attached, no? Huh? Yeah, that's right. Okay. So while coming back, who were the other companions of this grandmother and author? Who were the other companions? Who knows the answer? Raise your hand and tell me. Who were the companions of the grandmother and author while they were coming back from temple? Yeah, what is my question? Who were the companions of the grandmother and the author while they were coming back from the temple? Nobody is there in the class who will answer me. ಯಾರು ಬರ್ತಿದ್ರು ಜೊತೆಗೆ? Yeah, there are children. Okay, so let me get the answer from Diksha.
Street dogs.
Yes, yeah, street dogs. Aditi? Aditi? Aditi, can you hear me? Okay, so what happened so far that we have discussed now. Now let us continue the lesson, children. Now I will read out the paragraph for you first. Later we will discuss. Okay? Yeah, share it. When my parents were comfortably settled in the city, they sent for us. That was a turning point in our friendship. Although we shared the same room, my grandmother no longer came to school with me. I used to go to an English school in a motor bus. There were no dogs in the streets, and she took to feeding sparrows in the courtyard of our city house. As the years rolled by, as the years rolled by, we saw less of each other. For some time, she continued to wake me up and get me ready for school. When I came back, she would ask me what the teacher had taught me. I would tell her English words and little things of Western science and learning. The law of gravity, Archimedes' principle, the world being round, etc. This made her unhappy. She could not help me with my lessons. She did not believe in the things they taught at the English school and was distressed that there was no teaching about God and the scriptures. She said nothing, but her silence meant disapproval. She rarely talked to me after that. Okay? So now what happened? This grandmother and the author, they were living in the village. No, this author's parents, they got settled in the city, and they called this grandmother and the author to the city. Now the grandmother and author who were living in the village, they got shifted to the city. So now there is a change. Okay. Now what happened? The author started to go to the English school. So far, he used to go to Kannada medium school, or means the language, mother tongue. In his mother tongue, he used to learn. No. Now, he got shifted to an English medium school, and he used to go to the school by a motor bus. Now, the grandmother could not accompany him to the school. Papa grandmother ಏನಾಯ್ತು ಇಷ್ಟು ದಿನ ತನಕ ಮೊಮ್ಮಗನ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಶಾಲೆಗೆ ಕೂಡ ಹೋಗ್ತಿದ್ರು. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಯ್ತಪ್ಪ ಅಂದ್ರೆ she could not go to the school with the grandson because grandson had joined the English medium school and he used to go by a motor bus. Then what about the street dogs? In the village she used to feed the street dogs, no, with stale chapatis. Now here what happened? In city there were no street dogs and she did not get an opportunity to go outside also. Okay, because she was not going with her grandson to the school. So now there were no street dogs. That's why she started to feed the sparrows in the courtyard of her city house. Courtyard andre ಮನೆಯ ಹೊರಗಿರುವಂತಹ ಜಾಗ, ಅಂಗಳ ತರ ಅನ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಸೊ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕುತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಸ್ಪ್ಯಾರೋಸಿಗೆ ಅವಳು ಫೀಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಏನಾಯ್ತಪ್ಪ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ದ ಇಯರ್ಸ್ ರೋಲ್ಡ್ ಬೈ. ಓಕೆ, ಆಸ್ ದ ಇಯರ್ಸ್ ರೋಲ್ಡ್ ಬೈ, ವರ್ಷ ಕಳೆದಂಗೆ the relationship between, the closeness between the grandmother and the grandson, it started what children declining. So they could not see each other throughout the day because the grandson used to go to the English medium school. No, so when he came back from the school, so in the beginning she used to get him prepared for the school. Papa ಅವಳೇ ರೆಡಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದು ಮೊಮ್ಮಗನ್ನ ಶಾಲೆ ಕಳಿಸ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ, ಸ್ನಾನ ಮಾಡಿಸೋದಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಬಟ್ಟೆ ತೊಳೆಯೋದಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಆ ತರದ ಕೆಲಸ ಎಲ್ಲ ಮೊದಲು ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದು. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಏನಾಯ್ತಪ್ಪ, so when he came back from the school, no, she used to ask, what did you learn in the school? She used to ask. So what did the grandson used to tell? He used to tell that I learned English today, I learned maths, I learned the principle of gravity, I learned what Archimedes principle. So I learned geometry, geography, history. He used to tell all those things. But grandmother didn't know English. So the papa English ಬರೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಎಂತ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು? She did not understand anything at all and she felt sad because in this English school the students were not taught anything about the God and the scriptures. Okay, so ಯಾವುದೇ ಮಂತ್ರ ಶ್ಲೋಕಗಳನ್ನ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಡ್ತಿರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಜೊತೆಗೆ ದೇವರ ಬಗ್ಗೆನೂ ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಡ್ತಿರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ. So the author started to learn the things which grandmother didn't know at all. So that's why distance between the grandmother and the grandson started increasing. So slowly she felt very sad about that fact. About which fact? The fact that nothing was taught in the school about God and scripture. ದೇವರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಅಲ್ಪ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ರೆ ಗ್ರ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಮದರ್ಗೆ ಖುಷಿ ಆಗಿರೋದು. ಎಂತ ಕಲಿಸಿದ್ರು ಕೇಳಿರೋರು, ಅವಳ ಅವರು ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಟ್ಟಂತಹ ಶ್ಲೋಕವನ್ನ ಕೇಳಿರೋರು. ಬಟ್ ಇಟ್ ವಾಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಲೈಕ್ ದಟ್, ಅಂಡ್ ದಟ್ಸ್ ವೈ ಗ್ರ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಮದರ್ ಫೆಲ್ಟ್ ವೆರಿ ಸ್ಯಾಡ್. ಸೊ ಸ್ಲೋಲಿ ಶಿ ಸ್ಟಾಪ್ಡ್ ಸ್ಪೀಕಿಂಗ್ ಟು ದ ಗ್ರ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಸನ್. ಓಕೆ, ಶಿ ಡಿಡ್ ನಾಟ್ ಗೆಟ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ. ಶಾಲೆಯಿಂದ ಬರೋಷ್ಟೊತ್ತಿಗೆ ಒಂದ್ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ತಿಂಡಿ ತಿನ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಮ್ವರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡೋದು, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಇದ್ರೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಪ್ರಿಪೇರ್ ಆಗೋದು, ಅದರಲ್ಲೇ ಗ್ರ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಸನ್ ಬ್ಯುಸಿ ಆಗ್ಬಿಟ್ರು. ಗ್ರ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಮದರಿಗೆ ಏನು ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, ಹೇಗೆ ಕೊಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೋ ಅಥವಾ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ ಕೇಳಲಿಕ್ಕೋ ಏನು ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. ದಟ್ಸ್ ವೈ ವಾಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪನ್, ದ ರಿಲೇಶನ್ಶಿಪ್ ಬಿಟ್ವೀನ್ ದ ಗ್ರ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಮದರ್ and the grandson, it started what? Declining. Okay, now let us go for the next paragraph. Next, yes, see here children, when I went up to university, I was given a room of my own. The common link of friendship was snapped. My grandmother accepted her seclusion with resignation. She rarely left her spinning wheel to talk to anyone. From sunrise to sunset, she sat by her wheel, spinning and reciting prayers. Only in the afternoon, she relaxed for a while to feed the sparrows. While she sat in the veranda, breaking the bread into little bits, hundreds of little birds collected round her, creating a veritable bedlam of chirpings. Some came and perched on her legs, but she never shooed them away. It used to be the happiest half hour of the day for her. Okay, so now let us discuss this paragraph first. I have underlined few difficult words here. They are very new for you and they are interesting also. See here children, first word is seclusion. Okay, then second word is resignation, and third one is children veritable, and fourth one is bedlam, and fifth one is perched. Okay, now let us see the meanings of these words. So already you have observed, stop sharing us. Already you have observed the words written on the board. So let us understand the meanings of these words first. First word is children seclusion. What is the meaning of this seclusion? Seclusion means a state of being away from other people. Onti aguvantaddu. A state of being away from other people is seclusion. Then what is this resignation? ನೀವು ಜಾಬಿಗೆ ರೆಸಿಗ್ನೇಷನ್ ಕೊಡುವಂತದ್ದು ಗೊತ್ತುಂಟಲ್ವಾ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ? ಇದು ಬೇರೆ ರೀತಿಯಾದಂತಹ ರೆಸಿಗ್ನೇಷನ್. ಸಿ ಹಿಯರ್ ರೆಸಿಗ್ನೇಷನ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ಚಿಲ್ಡ್ರನ್? accepting something undesirable but inevitable with patience. Accepting something undesirable but inevitable with patience. For this I will give you an example. So, amma ಅಥವಾ ತಂದೆ ತಾಯಿ ತಮ್ಮ ಹೆಣ್ಣು ಮಗುವನ್ನ ಸಿಕ್ಕಾಪಟ್ಟೆ ಪ್ರೀತಿಯಿಂದ ಬೆಳೆಸಿರ್ತಾರೆ, ಹೌದಾ? ಸೊ when they come to the age of marriage, what parents have to do? They have to give their they have to give their daughter in marriage to someone else. So their daughter has to go to some other's house. So she has to get married and she has to leave her parents. So what type of situation it will be? It is inevitable. So ಮಗಳನ್ನ ಮದುವೆ ಮಾಡ್ದೇನೆ ನಾನು ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲೇ ಇಟ್ಕೊಳ್ತೇನೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಅಪ್ಪ ಅಮ್ಮಂಗೆ ಸರಿನೂ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಮಗಳಿಗೂ ಸರಿ ಅಲ್ಲ ಅಲ್ವಾ? So when the children or when the daughters and when the children they reach the particular age, they have to get married. ಹೌದಾ? So here, so this inevitable situation should be accepted. ನನ್ನ ಮಗಳನ್ನ ಬೇರೆಯವ್ರ ಮನೆಗೆ ಕಳಿಸೋದು ನನಗೆ ಇಷ್ಟ ಇಲ್ಲ, undesirable it is. But that marriage is inevitable. You cannot escape from that. So this separation should be accepted with patience, right? So this is called what children? Resignation. Now the grandmother, she cannot spend time with her grandson, right? So now what happened? The grandson, he has started going to the college. he has started going to the university. Now he is some 18 years, 20 years old. 20 ವರ್ಷಕ್ಕೆ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟ ಮೊಮ್ಮಗ. ನಾನೇ ನಿನಗೆ ಸ್ನಾನ ಮಾಡಿಸ್ತೇನೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಆಗ್ತದ? 20 ವರ್ಷದ ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ ಸ್ನಾನ ಮಾಡಿಸ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋದ್ರೆ ಸುಮ್ಮನಿರ್ತಾರ ಮಕ್ಕಳು? ಹಾಗೇನೆ ನಾನು ನಿಮ್ ರೂಮಲ್ಲೇ ಇರ್ತೇನೆ ಅಂತ ಆದ್ರೆ ಆಗ್ತದ? ಸೊ he is going to the college now. He will have his own timetable. He has to what? Sleep late night. He has to get up early in the morning. So that timetable will not be good for the health of this grandmother, right? That's why what happened now, this grandson and grandmother who were living in the same room so far, now what happened? There is a change. Okay, it snapped the relationship between them. So now what happened? This grandson was given a separate room now. So far, even though they did not speak, grandmother ಅಜ್ಜಿ ಮೊಮ್ಮಗನ ಹತ್ರ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಮಾತಾಡಿದ್ರು ಕೂಡ ಏನ್ ಅವಕಾಶ ಇತ್ತಪ್ಪ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅವನ್ ರೂಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಅವಳು ಮಲಗೋದು. ಓಕೆ, ಅಟ್ ಲೀಸ್ಟ್ ಅವನು ಮಲಗಿದ ಟೈಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಾದ್ರೂ ಅವನ್ನ ನೋಡೋದು, ಅವನ ಜೊತೆ ಏನೋ ಒಂದ್ ರೀತಿ ಅವಳಿಗೆ ಕಂಪನಿ ಅಂತ ಅನಿಸ್ತಿತ್ತು. ಈಗೇನಾಯ್ತು, ಅವ್ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಆಗಿದ್ದಾನೆ, ಅವನಿಗೊಂದು ಸಪರೇಟ್ ರೂಮ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಇಲ್ಲ ನಾನು ಅವನ್ ರೂಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಮಲಗ್ತೇನೆ ಅಂತ ಗ್ರ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಮದರ್ ಹಠ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಬರ್ತದ? ನಾಟ್ ಪಾಸಿಬಲ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಸೊ ಈ ಸಪರೇಷನ್ ಅನ್ನ accept ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದು ಅವಳಿಗೆ ಇನ್ನೆವಿಟೇಬಲ್. ಹೌದಾ? ಸೊ ಸೆಕ್ಲೂಷನ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ಚಿಲ್ಡ್ರನ್? a state of being away from other people. Now she has to be away from her grandson. She cannot sleep in her grandson's room now. Okay, but what did she do? She accepted this undesirable thing, that is being away from her grandson. So she accepted that undesirable thing with patience, and that thing was inevitable, means you cannot escape from that. So this is what seclusion with resignation means. Understood? So now the grandmother, now she has to sleep in another room. Okay, now the grandson has got a separate room as he has started going to the college now. Okay, then what did she do? She started spinning. She started to spend her time in spinning. Okay, so idee dina charkad munde kutkondirodu. Okay, and she used to say the prayers whole day without taking rest. She found her own way. Now she cannot emotionally depend upon her grandson, no, because he has grown up. Houda? She has to find her own way to lead her further life. So now what did she do? She started to spend her time with the spinning wheel. So only for half an hour in a day she used to take the rest. Okay, then what she used to do during that time, she used to feed the sparrows. Now next difficult word here is children, veritable. What is the meaning of veritable? It is a word used for giving stress, emphasis. Okay, it is the word used for giving emphasis or stress, often used to qualify a metaphor. So qualifying metaphor. So here veritable means it is an adjective, children. So to qualify a metaphor, ಒಂದು ಮೆಟಾಫರ್ ಅನ್ನು ಕ್ವಾಲಿಫೈ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ, ಒಂದು ಮೆಟಾಫರ್ ಅನ್ನ ಡಿಸ್ಕ್ರೈಬ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡುವಂತಹ ಒಂದು adjective, veritable. Veritable means ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಬಹಳ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಹೇಳುವಂತಹ ಶಬ್ದ ಇದು. So this is used to qualify a metaphor. Then what is this bedlam? Bedlam means children home for mad people. Okay, so this home for mad people, a scene of uproar and confusion. So this is the literal meaning of the word, a scene. Okay, a scene of uproar and confusion. Yalli galate, confusion, ಸಿಕ್ಕಾಪಟ್ಟೆ ಕಿರ್ಚಾಟ ಕೂಗಾಟ ಇರ್ತದಲ್ಲ, ಆ ಜಾಗವನ್ನ ಬೆಡ್ಲಾಮ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಯೂಶುವಲಿ ಗಲಾಟೆ, ಕಿರ್ಚಾಟ, ಗುದ್ದಾಟ ಎಲ್ಲ ಇರೋದು ಎಲ್ಲಿ? in the hospital of mad people, alva? The place where number of mad people live, in that place you can expect that situation, right? So now this bedlam, it is used for this one. Meeting is going to end, I think. 1 minute is there. Okay, so let us end the meeting here, children. Now we will join with the same link again. Be very quick.